thanks for coming back. I got so many comments and messages that you guys really appreciated the makeup tutorial I did. So I decided I would do another one. And then I also got a couple of comments about how some of you guys liked that I had used like a wide variety of price point brands, I guess you could say. And so that's something that's like always kind of bothered me as a makeup artist, is this idea that you have to spend a lot of money on your makeup, because it's just not true. There are some great products out there on the market that you can find at Target or Walmart or Walgreens or CVS, and you don't have to spend an arm and a leg on your makeup. So I did a Target haul and I found some products that I've used before, and we're gonna try some new ones together so we can kind of play with some makeup and find out together what we think. So I'm gonna just start, and I'll share with you if I know anything about the product. I'll share with you. I'll comment below about what they're called and also their price points, but everything that I'm gonna be using today, except for a few of my brushes, just because I try to use what I have, you know, in brushes. I have a lot of brushes. So, but I did share with you about e.l.f. and I did get a new e.l.f. brush that I'm super excited to try today. So let's get started. And I'm popping in because I just finished the video, but if you can hold tight till the end, because I know it's like a long one today, but I am throwing in a lot of my pro tips, and at the end I have a special invitation for some of you. So if you can keep on till the end, you'll find out what the big ask is. Woo! All right, hope you guys enjoy this. Okay, so first, like I mentioned in my previous tutorial, primer. Primer is key. And so I believe that these two primers were maybe $6, and I bought myself two because one is an illuminating primer and one is a poreless primer, and I tend to have larger pores, especially if I don't exfoliate enough. I find the more I exfoliate, the better it is, but still, even with exfoliation, I think I just have larger pores. And so, but I love that like glowing skin. So I thought at $6 a pop, I could just buy two. And you know what? It's really common. A lot of professional makeup artists are not going to use one shade of foundation or one primer or one blush or one eyeshadow. Like, we mix, and you know, your face is our canvas, and we mix and we play with a lot of stuff. And you can't always do that if you're spending $20, $40 on a primer. But if you're going to be spending $6 on a primer, you might be able to, or over time you might be able to build and kind of customize your own home kit. So we're going to start with the poreless face primer, and I'm just going to use my hands. And I actually haven't played with e.l.f.'s primer yet. So that was the poreless primer, and if you guys noticed, I really just kind of kept it in my T-zone where my pores are an issue, and I will say it smells delicious and it's really smooth. I like it. We'll see how it wears, but I like it. So now we're going to try the illuminating face primer, and if you remember from my previous tutorial, we illuminate where the natural light would naturally, if it was, we had a light on top of us and it was shining down, that's where we're going to illuminate. So I think I'll just do one pump of this because a little bit went a long way with the other one. Because you gotta fluff the hair, right? So far so good, you guys. All right, so the next step is the foundation, and this is a foundation that I have used before. It's Visible Lift by L'Oreal, and I remember really liking it. It's actually a serum based, so it's not just gonna give you coverage, but it actually treats your skin as well. And it does have an SPF of 17, and it's got pro retinol A and vitamin C. It's advanced age reversing makeup. So I liked it because it didn't really, sometimes when we have fine lines or wrinkles, especially with my more mature clients, like that's something that women are really not wanting to accentuate, and it can be hard to find a good foundation that does not accentuate that, and for me, I personally really loved this. I'm going to be using this MAC brush. It's the number 190, but e.l.f. has one that's like this as well, and I believe it's like $3. They also have a cheaper line, and their brushes are $1. I always go for the $3 ones because I feel like it's just a couple of dollars more, and they are a little bit better. So for the $2 extra, I'd rather just get a little bit better of a product. So we're going to apply foundation. One tip when applying foundation, I personally always start in the center of the face. You don't need a lot. You can blend, especially if your skin is well moisturized and you're well primed. A little bit can go a long way because you don't need to cake your makeup on to get the good coverage that you might be wanting. And remember, you want to blend. So you don't want a line where your foundation stops and then your natural skin starts. So try to get the best match, which can be hard at a department store, like at a Target. It can be hard to find the best color. I do have some tricks and tips on that. I might do a video about that, but just make sure you're blending it. That's the most important thing. Now, if you notice, I am going downwards. If you have dry skin, mature skin, that was one drop, you guys. That was literally one pump of foundation on my brush. So, and I basically covered my whole face. I'm just gonna go in and put a little bit more over here. But if you have dry skin or, pores or any kind of texture on your skin, dry skin, fine lines, you just wanna go downwards, because the more you kind of circular motion, it kind of buffs everything up and it will create more texture to the skin. And we want a nice, smooth, polished look. So when you're just pressing the foundation into the skin like that, that's gonna help you achieve that more. So sometimes you have the right product, but you're just not using it in the right way because you don't know, right? So that's what I'm hoping to be able to help you guys with. So there we go. Now I look white like a ghost. So we're gonna have to go put some color back into my face. Actually, before we do that, a little bit of concealer. I'm just gonna put a little bit of concealer under my eyes. So the concealer that I got from Target was Maybelline. I'll have to put in the link because I don't know which one specifically it was. But concealer is really just for extra problem areas. So a lot of the time we'll have dark circles under our eyes, either because of poor nutrition or stress or not enough sleep, or it can be genetic, and we want to kind of brighten that area up. That concealer is great for that. It's also good if you have obviously blemishes or some acne that you want to conceal. Also, hormonally, women tend to get a little bit red around this region, like the nose and mouth region, and so sometimes putting a little bit of concealer over there can help neutralize some of that redness. So that's what concealer is for. You don't have to put it everywhere. Sometimes I do use concealer instead of makeup, and I just but that'll be a whole other video. So the next product that I'm excited to try is e.l.f. High Definition Powder. It's just like a translucent powder, very similar to, I believe, the MAC translucent powder that I used in my previous video. I really like the packaging. It is like, I think it was $3, you guys, and it is so sleek, and I've always been fairly impressed with e.l.f. So let's see how this powder is. I like it. I really like this product. It's a happy find. So, okay, now we need to put some color back into our face because we never look this like one-toned unless we're sick. So now that we have like even skin tone, we need to put some life back into our face. So I'm going to start with, I got e.l.f. the contouring and blush and bronzer powder. And I've used this before and I've really liked it. They're really comparable to NARS. I don't know if you've ever used the NARS bronzer. That's an obsession of mine. Or they have a couple of blushes that they're really famous for. The e.l.f. products are very comparable. Not quite as good quality, just like I would say a little bit under, but it's like $3 and it's really close. I'm gonna use the MAC 100 brush, and I'm gonna start with the bronzer. So I'm just putting a little bit of bronzer on my brush, pressing it in. And then this is a tip. I will use the back of my hand, and if I've done your makeup before, you'll notice that by the time I'm done doing your makeup, like my hand and my arm is like covered in makeup. But I kind of just press the makeup into the brush on the back of my hand. So, and I don't think you guys can see because of the lighting, but it kind of just gets, you know what, has it ever happened to you when you put the brush on your cheek and then you have like this big circle of blush and it's really hard to blend out? If you pat it on the back of your arm like that, that's gonna help prevent that from happening. And when you contour, remember, it's the shading area. So we're kind of accentuating cheekbone. Okay, so you noticed I put a little bit on my nose. That's just a little bit, like a very messy contouring, but I didn't want my nose to be all white. So everybody's nose is different, so the way you're going to contour your nose is going to be different than the way that I contour my nose. But I just want my nose to look as cute as my nose can be. So but yeah, so I will contour it, and I like to make my little, like, I like to keep the tip of my nose highlighted more if I can. I always felt like I had a really big nose, and over the years it's something that I've learned to actually like about myself. So next is blush. I'm just using the same brush because this is just me. Like if I was doing somebody else, I would use a different brush, but for my own makeup, I'm not really picky about it. You will want to wash your brush more often if you're using the same brush for multiple colors, because then your brush is just going to become a hot mess. But like most of the time, you know, like you can just wipe the color off and go on to the next one and it's fine. So blush, apples of the cheek. Remember, apples of the cheek, and blend, blend, blend. All right, so skin is done, and I have to say, and I'm pretty impressed. Okay, so next, eyebrows. I'm going to be trying the NYX eyebrow pencil in medium brown. So depending on what your hair color is, you're going to want to try the right one for you. But you want to kind of think about the base of your hair. So like if your hair is more ashy, you're going to want more of an ashy pencil. If you have more warmth in your hair, like red undertones, you're going to want more warm, you know, you kind of want to match somewhat your brows to your hair. Now I have purple hair and I don't want to have purple brows, so I just go typically like a little bit darker to match somewhat to. Okay, so this is pretty, it's a pretty big pencil, so it'll be interesting to see how this goes. Okay, so my thoughts on this product is not my favorite. It applies well. It's well pigmented, but it does not match. Do you see? It's like, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but this looks a lot more ashy on here, and I mean, all I see is orange when I look at my brows right now. So, not true to the cap. But other than that, it applied well. So good luck finding your right color, I guess, is what I would say about this one. So next, this is a product that I've used before and I really like it. If you guys use MAC products, I know a lot of girls out there are like MAC girls, and I love MAC. They're paint pots. Their paint pots are awesome. It's basically like a base that you can apply under your eyeshadows to help lock them in throughout the day, or you can just wear them alone. It's a creamy eyeshadow. Maybelline has their color tattoos, and I've used these before and I really like them. So the one that I bought for today's makeup is called Barely Branded. So it's just this like really like pretty champagne-y color, really pretty for every day, I think. And then, I don't know if you guys can see that. So I'm gonna use this brush. This is actually a Sephora brush that I bought a while back. It is their tapered crease brush, their Pro Tapered Crease Brush. And it's fluffy but slightly firm, and so I'm just gonna take a little bit of this color and then pop it on the lid. So if you notice, I'm kind of like going in back and forth like windshield wiper motions through the crease. I'm not going like up into the crease, but then I'm going right under the brow kind of for a highlight, a little highlight, because I'm a big fan of multi-purpose. So we're gonna grab our bronzer and we're gonna grab this cute little brush that I bought at Target. It's an e.l.f. brush, and it's just this little mini crease dome brush, and I thought it was so cute and that it needed to come home with me. So we're gonna use this for our crease, and we're gonna actually just go in and grab some of our bronzer. Let me come closer to you guys so you can see. And then starting right here in the corner, pop it right there, circular motions, and then back and forth through the crease. Color, you can always use your blush. You can always use your blush. Like some people have eye issues when it comes to like the red dye that you'll find in blushes. So be aware that you might have some sensitivities, but most people don't. So I'm just gonna pop it into the blush, and I'm literally just gonna pop it really quickly just above what I just did. And that kind of creates like a warmth, and it helps to blend it all out together. Blend that dark into the light. So that's that. The next thing that we're going to use is eye pencil. I'm a little bit nervous to try this eye pencil because I kind of played with it a little bit before I started shooting, and I didn't really know. So we're going to have to see how it applies on the eye. It just seems, I don't know if I'm doing something. Oh, there we go. That's what the problem was. There was like this plasticky section. So that's better. So sometimes you might get something and it doesn't work for you the first time. You gotta just keep playing with it a couple of times, and eventually it's either gonna work for you, you're gonna figure it out and how it works best for you, or how the product was meant to work in the first place, or it's not gonna work for you. But sometimes we just have to keep trying. So I'm just gonna press it into the lash line really gently. I'm not applying a lot of pressure here. I just want a soft line. And then this liner actually comes with like a little sponge on it, so you can kind of buff it so it's not a sharp, harsh line. You can kind of soften the line with the sponge. I feel about that sponge. I think I prefer my pencil brush that I showed you on my previous post. So, I mean, it did pretty much the same thing, but the pencil brush I felt like I had a little bit more control over. So, mascara. Before mascara, we didn't do this step last time. I found these eyelash curlers at Target. They're e.l.f. I feel like 90% of what we're using here is e.l.f., but I'm very excited about this product, and I really want to let you guys know about it because it's a great product and it's at an incredible price point. So I've never tried their eyelash curlers before, so let's give them a try. And then I'm trying a Lash Blast Fusion by CoverGirl. I had told you guys that I liked CoverGirl mascara, and I had heard good things about this one, so I'm gonna give it a try. So that's the eyes, and last, I'm looking around to make sure I didn't forget anything. Last but not least, we're gonna do lips. So I'm really, really excited to share with you guys this lip liner that I love. I love, love, love. There's another YouTuber. She's a highly successful celebrity makeup artist who also has a YouTube channel, Lisa Eldridge, and I've been following her for years, and I just eat up all of her product recommendations. And so this is a Boots number 7, which you can find at Target. It's actually a UK brand, and sometimes it's hard to find a really good nude lip liner or lipstick, and this is bomb. Like, I love it. So we're gonna just do kind of a nudie pink lip because the eyes are a little bit more dramatic, and you know, like, I didn't really know where we were gonna go with this because I just kind of grabbed some things that intrigued me and things that I liked and I wanted to share with you guys, and figured the look would kind of evolve on its own. And other than my orange brows, it's, you know, turning out pretty good. But the eyes are pretty, like, wow, right? So we're gonna just luckily do more of a muted lip. So you could just leave it at that. You gotta kind of blend it in a little bit. Or I got, it's a High Shine Boots number 7 lip gloss, and I think it was called, it's called Pink Party. I've never used this either, so, because to me that's a little bit too neutral, but it's a great base. So I can take that nude lip and then I can put a gloss over it to kind of coach it more into the true tone that I want. So it's a great nude. I just want to pink it up a little bit. So that's it, you guys. That is my Target makeup haul, makeup look. I feel like this could be an everyday look. It's not so dramatic that it looks like you're, like, you know, going out on a hot date or something, but it's, you know, it's a little bit more. It's like what we did last time, but like up a notch. But you could still totally pull this off every day, I think. So anyways, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. A couple of ideas I have for coming up videos. I want to do makeup for mature skin because I know I have a lot of friends that are more mature and beautiful women, and you guys have makeup questions for me often, and so I want to address some of your questions in this video. So if you'd be interested in modeling for that video, send me a message, leave me a comment, contact me, text me, call me, you know, just get in touch with me and let me know. And then next week I have a girlfriend who's going to be coming over, and hopefully if it all works out, we're going to film a special tutorial specifically for acneic skin. She asked me, she said, hey, can you use me as a model? So I'm really excited about that one. So we've got acne prone skin. I already have a model for that one. I'm looking for a mature skin woman with mature skin makeup concerns. And then let me know if you guys have any questions or you want me to review any products or anything like that. I love doing these. It's so much fun. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me. And don't forget to check out my other channel. I uploaded a video just the other day and I have a couple more up there as well. So thank you for sharing your time with me, and go out there and live beautifully, you guys. I love you. Thanks so much. Bye.